Well, police have released a haunting image of a Super Bowl reporter in a Kenner hotel lobby with the Slidell woman just hours before his death. Now, so far, the woman has only been arrested and accused of robbing the man.
Paul Murphy reports police are investigating the possibility of a second, maybe even a third death case involving the same suspect.
A hotel security camera captured this image last Wednesday morning, just hours before Kansas City Telemundo correspondent Adon Manzano was found dead in his room. It shows Manzano, who was in town to cover the Super Bowl, and 48-year-old Danette Colbert getting off an elevator at the Kennard Comfort Inn.
They got there about 4:30 in the morning. She went in. They both went into the room. She came out probably about 30 or 40 minutes later. Went to a store, came back, was in the room for maybe 5-10 minutes, and then she left.
Manzano was later found unresponsive in his hotel room.
We can definitely place her in that room. We got the time frames that she was in that room.
Police revealed another video showed Manzano and Colbert together on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. So far, she is accused of stealing Manzano's cell phone and credit card. Kenner Police Chief Keith Connolly called Colbert a career criminal whose M.O. includes drugging and robbing men. Connolly said she may be linked to a second death at a French Quarter hotel in December, and now investigators are getting information about a third death possibly involving Colbert in Las Vegas. Her criminal history includes 2 arrests in Nevada.
We want to know everything about her. We want to know everything about her movements, her conduct, her victims. We got about 2 more complaints today.
Colbert was arrested after police say she was caught using Manzano's credit card. She remains in the Jefferson Parish Correctional Center. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
Kenner police are now working with the NOPD and state police on the Manzano case. Attorney General Liz Murrill released a statement saying that the state is prepared to provide support to local law enforcement investigators.
9 Investigates is digging into the history of the woman who police say may be linked to the death of a Kansas City sports reporter. The body of Adon Manzano was found in his New Orleans hotel room last week, covering the Super Bowl for Telemundo, Kansas City. Danette Colbert is being held in a New Orleans area jail. KMBC 9's Andy Alcock has exclusive documents on 2 more cases she's involved with in Las Vegas.
Pictures show Adon Manzano and Danette Colbert entering Manzano's hotel last week in Kenner, Louisiana. Investigators suspect Colbert drugged Manzano, stole his cell phone and credit card, and used that card at several New Orleans area stores.
So we think we've opened up a Pandora's box of similar type crimes.
KMBC 9 Investigates has exclusively obtained 2 police reports of Colbert arrests in Las Vegas in 2022. In January of that year, a man told police he was drugged, and more than $99,000 of his possessions, including $50,000 in cash, were stolen after inviting 2 women to his hotel room. Colbert was arrested a week later and charged with 3 felonies. We asked Metro Criminal Defense Attorney Henry Service about these cases.
I think you'd be surprised at how many people don't report crimes, especially men when they're victims of crimes like this.
While Colbert was out of jail on bond in that first Las Vegas case, 6 months later in July 2022, she was arrested again. A man told police he invited 2 women to his hotel room. He said while sitting on a couch, one of the women grabbed his head, tilted it back, while the other one poured an unknown liquid down his throat. The man told police after he passed out, casino chips, his $60,000 watch, and his credit card were all missing. The report states Colbert came back to the same hotel a couple days later. Again, she was arrested and charged with 2 felonies.
There's been multiple contacts with the criminal justice system. You have to see that as a flaw that needs to be fixed.
In October 2022, the Clark County, Nevada District Attorney's Office dismissed both cases. According to the Associated Press, it's because the 2 victims declined to testify. Andy Alcock, KMBC 9 News.
The Kenner, Louisiana police chief says Colbert is also a suspect in a New Orleans death last December. Autopsy results in that case and Manzano's death are pending. Detectives wanting confirmation that he was drugged.
Shout out to Jada Black for bringing this article to my attention, because he also touched on this as well. And once again, it all comes down to this. Now, I don't even know where to start with this. Where do I begin with this? So you have 48-year-old Danette Colbert, who is charged with both robbery as well as murder for the death of Aiden Mazzano. And what's more is that when they caught up with her, she was caught trying to use Aiden's credit card, one of Aiden's credit cards. That's how they tracked her down. And yes, I do agree with Jada Black because this right here completely pisses me off. And no, this ain't her first rodeo. She was also charged for drugging and robbing men back in Las Vegas. Now keep this in mind. I covered another news article of two females robbing and killing another man out in Las Vegas, in which they are serving time for that man's murder. But what pisses me off was that when Danette Colbert was in Vegas, they gave her a slap on the wrist. So at this point, I'm looking at it like this. Uncle JD looking at it like this. They let her go. They let her get off scot-free just for her to continue on drugging and robbing men to the point to where now one man is dead. One man is dead, and she's caught with his possessions. And all Uncle JD can say is that Aiden Manzano's body coffin now rests on their conscience. I mean, you let them get off with a slap on the wrist. What makes you think they won't do this shit again? And Danette Colbert did exactly that. And yes, in situations like this, you give them a slap on the wrist, that just justifies them to do it again and again and again. What's more is that she is also being looked at on other drug, death, robbery cases. And this happened during the Super Bowl. Kenner, back in Kenner, in my home, in my birth state of Louisiana. And to be honest, you can't tell me that she has no involvement, especially if you got one man that is dead and she's caught with all his possessions, credit cards, everything. I mean, this shit is a trip. And just think, I've already covered a case of two women robbing one man, in which resulted in the death of that man. Now we got another. And to be honest, I can't help but to look at this situation as being avoidable. But it's just how broken our system is. One state will give them a slap on the wrist, so she goes to another state, does the same thing. Now somebody is dead, murdered. And if Danette Colbert was capable of drugging and robbing men in hotel rooms prior to this, then how else can we look at this situation? Remember, Aiden Manzano was drugged as well as robbed, which resulted in his death. And once again, it's the same person. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know they can put 2 and 2 together here. But yeah, Danette Colbert is is sitting in Jefferson County Jail awaiting her court here, awaiting court. But yes, this shit pisses me off because how can you give this person a slap on the wrist just for them to go back and not only do it again, but also lives is lost because of her actions? I mean, there's no sugarcoating this shit. When will society learn? Will learn. If they did it before, they will do it again. Oh, not only will they do it again, but they'll be so confident, so boastful about it, especially if they had prior charges before, only to get a slap on the wrist. That just stokes their ego even further to continue on doing it. But now we in this situation. One man is dead, and possibly a few others as well. And it's all the same person. God damn it. You can't make this shit up. But nevertheless, hearts and condolences goes out to the victim's family here. I mean, this shit's a trip. And yeah, I'm going to put links into the comments section for everybody to check it out. I'll even go to SML and put in Jada Black's coverage of this news article in the comment section as well. Go check them out. Show them some love. But man, when will we learn? If she did it before, she will do it again. Out the gate. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.